Yeah, 2022, day 2. Rock, paper, scissors. The elves begin to set up camp on the beach. To decide whose tent gets to be closest to the snack storage, a giant rock, paper, scissors tournament is already in progress. There's a Wikipedia page for it, because of course there is. Rock, paper, scissors is a game between 2 players. Each game contains many rounds. Each round, players simultaneously choose one of rock, paper, or scissors, using a hand shape. Then a winner for that round is selected. Rock defeats scissors, scissors defeats paper, and paper defeats rock. If both players choose the same shape, the round instead ends in a draw. Appreciative of your help yesterday, finding that starfruit, right? One elf gives you an encrypted strategy guide, your puzzle input, that they say will be sure to help you win. The first column is what your opponent is going to play: A for rock, B for paper, and C for scissors. I see that down here, A, B, C. In the second column, suddenly the elf is called away to help with someone's tent. Second column, your reason must be what you should play in response: X for rocks, Y for paper, and Z for scissors. Winning every time would be suspicious, so the responses must have been carefully chosen. The winner of the whole tournament is the player with the highest score. Your total score is the sum of your scores for each round. Is that what we have to put in? What would be your total score if everything goes exactly according to your strategy guide? Okay. So for score for a single round is the score for the shape you selected: 1 for rock, 2 for paper, and 3 for scissors. Interesting. Plus, so you're more likely to play scissors, I guess, because you get 3 points for it. Plus a score for the outcome of the round: 0 if you lost, 3 if you draw, or 6 if you won. Oh, okay. So if you play scissors every time, you're guaranteed at least 3 points every time, even if you lose. But then you're going to lose every round because they'll figure out you're playing scissors every time. And they'll just get 6 every time. So it's, 6 plus rock. So they'll get 7 every time. Since you can't be sure if the elf is trying to help you or trick you, you should calculate the score you would get if you were to follow the strategy guide. For example, suppose you were given the following strategy guide. And we should just get the input, right? Get input 2022 to 2,500 lines. Wow. Is it all ABCs? Yes, it is. Nice. Okay, that's all it is. And this is just an example talking through that. Okay. So with this example, you get a score of 15. All right. We can write that as a little test case, I guess. I can try to figure that out. I still haven't worked out how to properly do test cases for this, although obviously I have them. Right? Let me just take a quick look at how I implemented the test case. Oh, this was for the Dijkstra search. Right. So the test cases I write are for the things that are outside of my test runner, which is unfortunate. Okay, let's just do our usual sequence of events here. We're on day 2, which means we have to add day 2 here, day 2 here, day 2 here, and then add a link there and try to build. And this fails. You'll see splat 22 day 2, and then I have to change this O2. Oh, right. I got to fix the. Let's do that now. Let's fix the Alta snips, so we stop getting this error. I put debug here instead of default. All right. So if we hit run, it should try to run it. Or am I still running? Yeah, 2017. All right, let me fix that. Okay, there we go. Unsolved, unsolved. All right, so first things first, we have to read the input. That's what parse function is for. I guess one thing we could do is we could create a vector of tuples, moves, vec of char, and just use that. Karki, hello. Welcome back. How'd you do with this one? No spoilers, please, but how'd you do? Let lines is equal to AOC lib read lines input 2022-02 Okay. All right, what do we need? We need to split each line into 2 characters and then just push them into the moves list here. So for L in lines, we say let, so the A is the move that the opponent is going to play. ABC is the move the opponent's going to play, and XYZ is the move we're going to play. Kirky says, I have a slightly, for large value, slightly over-engineered solution. Oh, okay. Well, let's see how far I can get. I'm already trying to think in the back of my mind here, because all these things are based on 3, right? We have 1, 2, 3 here, and we have 0, 3, 6 here. So maybe there's some fancy math we can do to just calculate it, but I'm not coming up with anything off the top of my head. So look at opponent and self. No, I don't want to use self. Me. Let's call it me is equal to L dot split. Once on the space, I think we can do that. Unwrap, and these should be chars. Oh no, they're stirs. That's fine. We can say self moves. Can I say self moves push op 0, comma me 0? I don't know if you can do that. We'll find out. String indices are ranges of view size, 0.1 and 1.2. No, it still finds a stir. Okay, so we basically need to say op chars take 1, unwrap, me chars take 1, unwrap. That's kind of awkward, a little annoying. Oh, next, sorry, next, unwrap. I keep forgetting take is supposed to be nexted in order to pull the thing. And then I forgot this. Oh. Oh, like that. Yeah. No, not quite. So this should, on the unwrap, that's on there, and that's on there. Oh, I have this thing here. Oops. That's what I did. Still no. This should be me, chars, take 1. Next. This is where I'll lose all my time. Unwrap. That ends that one, that ends that. Okay. So now if we take a look at this, we can be able to print out the length of the move. Self moves len. And that should be the 2,500 lines that we read. And it is. Good. I'm Mystique. Hello. Welcome back. Thanks for checking in. I'm doing well, thanks. How are you? All right, so now all we need to do is run through everything and compute the total. Karki says, also I did AOC 2017 day 1 because yesterday I couldn't convey what I meant through Twitch chat. Okay, so as soon as I'm done with this problem, if you want to paste your solution or paste a link to your solution, we'll take a look. Yeah, I totally get that. You know, not being able to write your thoughts in a chat, it's really, really hard to do. It's really hard to do. I've tried many times and failed many times. I just come across as being snarky instead of being helpful or being inquisitive. So I totally get that. So now we just need to run through each one and then see if your opponent chooses a thing and then we choose rock, paper, or scissors. we have to convert that into a, well, we need a final score, right? Score equals 0. And we can just dump out the score here. And then we could loop through all the moves for m in self moves. So dot 0, since I did tuples, dot 0 is the opponent's move and dot 1 is our move. So we know that for our move, we'll get 1, 2, or 3, depending on what we put in. Actually, I wonder if we should do that, right? Just put rock, paper, scissors. Right now, I just have char, char. All right, we'll leave it alone. And if it makes sense to change it to an enum, we can always do that later. So m dot 1 is going to be the character that the move we make. So we can say subscore, so match m dot 1. If it's an x, that's x is rock. Yes, x is rock and rock gets 1 point. Okay, so rock, y is paper, and z is scissors. Everything else is bad. We have to put that here, even though it can't happen. But that's fine. So that's the first part. Now the second part is we have to figure out if we win, lose, or draw. How do we do that? I guess we could also translate. We could also translate our opponent's move into 1, 2, and 3, and then just compare the numbers, right? But then we should have done that up here. All right. For now, we're just going to say, let's see, let op move opponent's move is match m dot 0, and if it's a, then it's rock, right? A is rock. That's what you're saying. A is rock. Okay, good. Those are the things you can easily mess up on these. You're just not interpreting a problem right, or thinking you interpreted and it's actually a misinterpretation. Panic, bad, comma. Okay, so now we can say score plus equals our subscore, right? So it's our move plus whether or not there was a tie or a win or a loss. Plus if subscore is equal to opponent's move, that's a draw. It's always a draw. Else, and now we have to check. We have to compare each one. If subscore is equal to 1, and so that's rock. Paper beats rock. And so opponent's move is equal to 2. Or, yeah, see, we could do some math here, right? Except we can't because it wraps the wrong way because it's 1, 2, and 3. Subscore is equal to 2 and opponent's move is equal to 3, right? So that's paper and opponent's move is, oh no, scissors. Wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out how a winning condition. If you're rock and the opponent's move is scissors, if you're paper and the opponent's move is rock, or if you're scissors, I don't know why it's indenting like that, and the opponent's move is paper, then you've got a win condition. That's 6. Else 0. You lose. Right? How's that going to get formatted? That's not too bad. So we can see the lose condition, the tie condition is if they're equal. The win condition is like this. And you can see it's basically subscore minus 1, but how do you wrap that guy back to 3? So that's kind of awkward. All right, so that I think that's the whole thing, right? So we decode the two moves, and then we determine how many points we're gonna get, and then that's just the output. So let's see if we have a number here. 11,767. Let's see how badly we got this. Ooh, good. That's a relief because figuring this out is painful. All right, so that's the right answer. We can commit these changes. Let's check in with Clippy first because otherwise Okay. Get status, git add, oh right, input, git commit. Was it no verify? Yeah. I don't need to check for the input. 2022 day 2 input. And then git add source. Right, those two files, git commit -m 2022 day 2 part 1. All right. Let's see what the twist is for part 2. Continue to part 2. The elf finishes helping you with the tent, sneaks back over to you. Oh, that's right. He was in the middle of talking and he got interrupted. So obviously we misinterpreted things, right? X means you need to lose. Oh, Y means you need to end the round in a draw. And Z means you need to win. Okay, so we just loop through it again for part 2. All right. Just slightly different. Let mut score is equal 0. Output the score for M in self moves. So this part is still the same, right? We still get points for the move we make. Oh, no, that can't be the same, right? It's got to be different. All right, so first we need to decode the opponent's move. Let's do that first. And then we have to figure out what move we're making based on the opponent's move. And what our strategy is. So we can say match m.1. If it's an X, we need to lose. Right? X means you need to lose, which means we're going to get 0 points plus whatever move we have to make in order to lose. And this is rock, paper, scissors. So this is going to be if. I'm going to actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say 0 plus, even though that doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't do anything. It's going to make the rest of them line up, is what I'm anticipating. So if opponent's move is equal to 1, then we want to add, if the opponent's move is rock, we want to play scissors in order to lose. Those 3, else 0. Comma. If we want to draw, then it's draw score, which is 3, plus, we just play the same move the opponent played. Otherwise, we want to go for a win, which is 6 points plus, and then we have to figure out if the opponent... What am I doing here? If the opponent's move is 1, then we want to do 3, else, not 0. We want to do the opponent's move minus 1, right? Right, because rock, paper, scissors. If we're rock, we want to play scissors to lose. If they play paper, we want to play minus 1 rock to lose. And if they play scissors, we want to play minus 1 paper to lose. Okay. So this is just the opposite. If it's 3, then we want to say 1, else, op, move plus 1. And if it's anything else, we panic very bad. Oh, and this is the score. This is our score. So score plus, oops, score plus equals this. Semicolon. Is that all we have to do? Quick little format in there. It builds. It doesn't like this. Help considering reducing it to, oh, yeah, dang it. So we can't be nice and formatty. Look at that. See what it ruined it. It ruined it. This was on one line and now it's ruined. Rust format. All right. That's the right answer. Huzzah. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Git status, git diff, sorry. Yeah, so all we did was just add that part of the code. We didn't do anything special. Git commit -am 2022 day 2 part 2. All right. So Karki, if you're still around, you want to share your link, I'd love to take a look at your solution for yesterday.